Another tragic Sunday in Texas after 2 people are killed and 1 other injured in a church shooting near Fort Worth. All this happening this morning just before 10 at the West Freeway Church of Christ in White Settlement, just east of Fort Worth. Authorities say the actions of courageous worshipers may have saved other lives. NBC's Dan Shinneman has the story.
It was just before 11 a.m. local time when the shooting started at the West Freeway Church of Christ.
That the man entered the church and fired a weapon. A couple of members of the church returned fire, striking the suspect who died at the scene.
At least 2 other worshipers suffered gunshot wounds.
Tragically, the person shot by the suspect died at a local hospital, and a second parishioner has life-threatening injuries.
Authorities expressed condolences for the victims, as well as admiration for 2 parishioners who confronted the gunman and are credited with saving lives.
Evil walked boldly among us, but let me remind you, good people raised up and stopped it before it got worse.
Police have released few details, but insist there is no further threat to the public. Dan Shinneman, NBC News.
In a written statement, Governor Greg Abbott asked Texans to pray for everyone affected, saying in part, "Our hearts go out to the victims and families of those killed in the evil act of violence. Places of worship are meant to be sacred, and I am grateful for the church members who acted quickly to take down the shooter." Today's seen a similar one to 2 years ago when a gunman walked into the First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs. That's near San Antonio on November 2017. There 26 people were shot and killed and 20 others were injured. The gunman was shot by a civilian as he left the church. In September, a new Texas law went into effect that removed churches, synagogues, and other places of worship from the state's list of locations where guns are not allowed. Churches can still individually ban guns. Another thing churches can do is train for active shooter situations. And after recent similar events here in East Texas, church leaders and law enforcement offices have been preparing in case anything like this were to happen here. The Palestine Police Department continues to hold training, teaching congregations on what to do if a shooter comes through their doors. We spoke to the chief there before a recent session.
You don't have to stay there thinking that maybe you run. Get away from the attacker. Get as far away as you can. The other one is if you fight with everything you have. Use anything that is around you.
The chief says because a mass shooting can happen at any moment, every second matters. For the latest on this developing story, head on over to our website, easttexasmatters.com.